Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly, and today our topic is how to add or update SendGrid contact on Paperform submission. So my company is conducting a survey of marketing and I've created a survey form by using Paperform. Now what I want to do is that as I'm going to receive a new form submission through Paperform, then automatically by using those details, I want to either add a new contact or update an existing contact in SendGrid. So here for doing this automatically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a connection between Paperform and SendGrid. So for building this connection, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing software for automation and integration. Now with Pabbly Connect, whenever I'm going to receive a new form submission through Paperform, then automatically I will either add a new contact or I will update a new contact in SendGrid. So how I'm going to build this connection? For that, let me take you to my computer screen. I hope all you can see my computer screen, and today we are going to see that how we can add or update SendGrid contact on Paperform submission. So my company conducts market research through Paperform surveys, and for every submission I want to update existing contact that I have in SendGrid, or if I don't have any contact in SendGrid for that particular contact, then I want to create a new contact. So this will allow my company to send tailored follow-up emails and thank participants for their input. So I have already created a survey form, and through this I'm getting the contact details of my targeted customers or participants. Now as I'm going to receive a new form submission through this paper form, then automatically I want to add or update a contact in SendGrid. So suppose if I already have a contact that is existing in my SendGrid account as a contact, and if that contact submit my paper form, then automatically by using all the detail of that form submission, I'm going to update that contact in SendGrid. Or if that contact does not exist in SendGrid, then automatically I will create a new contact in SendGrid. So here I'm going to do all this automatically just by setting up an automation and a connection between Paperform and SendGrid. So here for setting up this automation, I need to use Pabbly Connect, and with Pabbly Connect, I can build this connection without any coding and programming skills. So here I just need to use Pabbly Connect. So for using Pabbly Connect, I need to open a new tab. And I need to search for pabbly.com/connect in my browser. And this will take us to this landing page of Pabbly Connect. Now here in the landing page, I have these two options of sign in and sign up for free. If you don't have any account with Pabbly Connect, then you can just click on this sign up for free button, and this will take only 2 minutes of your time and you will get 100 free tasks every month. Or if you already have an account or you are an existing user, then you can just sign in. And we will get to see this page. So these are all the apps that Pabbly offers, and we are going to use Pabbly Connect here. For that, I just need to click on this Access Now button under Pabbly Connect. And this will direct us to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Now here in the dashboard, what I need to do is I need to create a new workflow, and for that I'm going to click on this Create Workflow button, and this window will pop up. Now here I need to name my workflow, so I'm going to name it as my objective, which is to add or update SendGrid contact on Paperform submission. And now I need to click on Create. And here this will direct us to this most important window for our workflow. And here in this window, I have these two boxes of trigger and action. So trigger and action are the two main principles on which our workflow works on. And trigger says when this happens, action says do this. So trigger is going to be the first step that will get executed in our workflow, and action is just going to follow that. So here I need to first set up my trigger, and here in my workflow, I can only set up single trigger step and multiple action steps. So here for setting up my trigger, what I need to do is I need to first search for my trigger application, and here my trigger application is going to be Paperform. So I'm going to search for that, and I need to select Paperform here. Now I have to give a trigger event. So I'm going to open this tab. And new form submission will be my trigger event, so I'm going to select this. And now I need to connect Paperform with Pabbly Connect in my workflow. And for that, I need to use this webhook URL. So this webhook URL is going to work as a bridge between Paperform and Pabbly Connect. Now for connecting these two applications, I need to follow all these instructions. So first I'm going to copy this webhook URL. Now I'm going to take you to my Paperform account. And here in Paperform, I have created this survey form. So I'm going to use this particular form for getting all my contact details, and here I need to first click on this edit button. Now in this, I need to go to this section of after submission, so I'm going to open that. And herein after submission, I have this option of integrations and webhooks. So I'm going to open that. Now I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to open webhooks. And here in webhooks, I need to add a new webhook. So I'm going to click on this add webhook button. And first I need to give my webhook URL that I have copied from Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to paste that here. And now I have to give a trigger event. So I'm going to open this tab and here I have these two options of new submission and partial submission. So I'm going to select new submission here. And now I have to click on create. And here I have successfully added my webhook. Now what I need to do is I need to take you back to Pabbly Connect. And here in Pabbly Connect, we can see it is waiting for webhook response. So for getting this webhook response, what I'm going to do is I'm going to first create a form submission, and as I'm going to create that form submission and I'm going to fill the contact details, then automatically the detail of that form submission will be sent to Pabbly Connect. So for getting my webhook response, let me take you to my Paperform. I'm going to view my form. So here this is my survey form, and in this form I have to fill all the detail of the contact. So here I'm going to fill this form, and here I need to first give a first name. So my first name is going to be Michael, last name is going to be Karis, email will be michaelkaris@pabblytudes.com. I'm going to give a random phone number, and now I'm going to give the city, that is going to be Bhopal. Now here I have filled all the required details. Now I'm going to click on submit, and here I have created this form submission. Now let me take you back to Pabbly Connect, and here in Pabbly Connect we can see I have received this response. And this is the response of my form submission that I've created in Paperform, and here I have all the details that I've received through that form submission. So here I've received the city, that is Bhopal. I have received the random phone number of my contact. I have received the email address, that is michaelkaris@pabblytudes.com. I have received the first name, that is Michael, and I have received the last name, that is Karis. Now here we can see I have received all the detail of the contact through my form submission. And now what I need to do is that as I've received all these details of my form submission, I automatically want to add or update a contact in my SendGrid account. So for doing that, what I need to do is I need to set up my action step, and I'm going to open this tab. And now I need to search for my action application, that is going to be SendGrid. So I'm going to select SendGrid here. Now I have to give an action event, so I'm going to open this tab, and add or update a contact is going to be my action event. So I'm going to select this. And I'm going to connect SendGrid with Pabbly Connect in my workflow. So I'm going to click on connect. I will click on add new connection. And for connecting SendGrid with Pabbly Connect, I need to give a token. So how I'm going to get this token? For that, I need to first log into my SendGrid account, and then I need to go to settings where I will find the option of API keys. And in API keys, I need to create a new API key. And that particular API key is going to be my token that will connect SendGrid with Pabbly Connect. So for getting this token, I need to take you to my SendGrid account. Here I will go to settings, and in settings I have this option of API keys. So I'm going to open this, and here in API keys, I need to create a new API key. So I'm going to click on this create API key button, and here first I need to give a API key name. So here my key name is going to be SendGrid contacts, and I'm going to give the full access, and I'm going to click on create and view. And here I have successfully created this API key. Now I'm going to copy this. I will click on done. I will go back to Pabbly Connect, and I'm going to paste that API key here in this tab. Now I have filled the token. Now I'm going to click on save. And I have connected SendGrid with Pabbly Connect. Now here for creating or updating a contact, I need to fill all these details. So here first I have this option of list. So if I want to add or update a contact in a particular list, then I can select that list, or I can just use the global list of all contacts. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to add or update a contact in a particular list that I have already created in SendGrid. So I'm going to take you to SendGrid. I'm going to go to marketing, and here in marketing, I need to go to contacts. And here in contacts, I have this particular list of survey contacts. So I'm going to open this. And here this is going to be my list where I'm going to add or update contacts. But right now I don't have any contact in my list, so I'm only going to add a new contact. So I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect. And now for selecting my list, I need to open this tab. And here this is my list of survey contacts. So I'm going to select this. And here you can also select multiple lists, and you can just select those lists that you want to use. I only want to use this particular list, so I've selected that. Now I have to fill all these details, and here for filling these details, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my responsive Paperform, and I'm going to use all the detail of the form submission that I've received through Paperform, and I'm going to map those details here in these tabs. So for that, I need to simply use mapping. And what mapping is? Mapping is a technique through which I can retrieve the data from the previous steps, and the data that is changing will get replaced with the new data in the real time. So for mapping, I need to click here. I will open the response of Paperform, and here this is the email address, so I'm going to map this. And now I'm going to give the first name, so I'm going to click here. I will again open the response of Paperform, and here this is the first name of my contact, so I'm going to map this. Similarly, I'm going to map the last name, and now I have to give the unique name. So in the unique name, I'm going to use the full name of my contact. Now I'm going to give the city, and here I have mapped all the details that I have received through Paperform submission. So here I have only filled the details that I have received through the Paperform submission, where you can fill all the details that you have or you want to fill. I'm just going to leave these tabs blank, and now what I need to do is I need to click on Save and Send Test Request button. And here we can see I have received this response. So this is a positive response, and this means that I have automatically added a new contact in my SendGrid account, or if I already had this contact in my SendGrid account, then this contact will automatically get updated in my SendGrid account. So here I have added the contact. Now to check this, let me take you to SendGrid. I'm going to refresh this page. And here we can see I have created this new contact that has the email of michaelkarras@pabblytudes.com. I'm going to open this. And here we can see I have the first name, that is Michael. I have the last name, that is Karras. I have the email, that is michaelkarras@pabblytudes.com. Also here I have the city, that is Bhopal, and I have the random phone number. Now here we can see that I have automatically added this contact in SendGrid with all the detail of my form submission that I've created in Paperform. And now here I have done this by setting up this automation between Paperform and SendGrid. So here my automation is working successfully, and now whenever I'm going to receive new form submission through Paperform, then automatically by using those details, I will add or update a new contact in SendGrid. So here to check this in real time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new form submission, and I'm going to update some details of this particular contact. So I'm going to change the city and the phone number of this particular contact in the form submission. So let me take you back to my Paperform. I'm going to view this form one more time. And now I have to fill these details. So here my first name is again going to be Michael. Last name is going to be Karras. Email will be michaelkarras@pabblytudes.com. Only thing that I'm going to change is the phone number and the city, and I want these details to get updated in SendGrid too. So I'm going to change the phone number, and I'm going to give the new city, that is going to be Indore. Now here I have filled all the required details. Now I'm going to click on Submit. And here I have successfully created this form submission. Now what should happen is that as I've created this form submission, then automatically by using those details, a new contact should get created or get updated automatically in SendGrid. So here I'm going to check whether I have updated my contact or not. Let me take you to SendGrid. I'm going to refresh this contact. So here we can see that this was my contact that has the first name as Michael. I have the last name, that is Karras. I have the email address, that is michaelkarras@pabblytudes.com. But here we can see I've changed the city, which is Indore, and I have the phone number that is new. So here we can see that automatically by using my form submission in Paperform, I have updated my contact in SendGrid. So here I have successfully created this automation between Paperform and SendGrid. And now whenever I will receive a new form submission through Paperform, then automatically I will either create a new contact or I will update a contact in SendGrid. So here I have successfully created this automation with the help of Pabbly Connect. So let me take you to Pabbly Connect. And here with Pabbly Connect, I have connected Paperform to SendGrid to automatically add or update SendGrid contact on Paperform submission. So let's summarize what we did here. So first I have set up my trigger, and my trigger application was Paperform, and my trigger event was new form submission. Then I have set up my actions tab, and I have used SendGrid as my action application, and my action event was add or update a contact. So this is how I have successfully created this workflow, and you can also create this workflow by following all the steps that I did in my workflow. And I am also going to put the link of my workflow in the description so you can check it out from there. And thank you for watching this video. Not just these applications, you can automate and integrate a lot more applications like this with Pabbly Connect. If you want to reach out to us, then you can email us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any issues or queries related to our workflow, then you can check the forum link. And if you have any issues related to the pricing of Pabbly Connect or Pabbly, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to our channel.